I'm good. I'm good. All right.
Admin.
No.
Okay, cool. And just remind me your names again, real quick, from left to right, starting with you, or female.
My name's Maddie.
Maddie.
Hello,
Yeah.
everybody. This is Random Gamer.
DD or TT.
Didi.
Cool. Perfect. All right.
On or Felix. Felix Vaughn.
Okay. And you, sir.
My name is Ricky Monroe.
Monroe. All right. And you,
593 Benito Martinez.
Martinez. Okay. Cool.
Ooh, professional. I like that.
All right. Perfect. So yeah, you guys kind of nailed.
So yeah, this is
ahead.
GTA
So you'll
RP.
notice that my vehicle is at
The
a slight
server
angle,
just
and you'll
it's
see
opening
that,
up tomorrow, so this character
my
is not final
passenger side
at all.
headlight is pretty much in line with their driver's side tail light. Now it's a little bit of an aggressive angle.
We're going through
I
police
prefer it
training.
that way. There's a myriad of reasons.
I'm one
why
of the
I prefer
first
it
few
that way. You really
cadets.
just need to line up the middle of your
the
front
first
bumper
wave of
with their tail light.
trainees.
That's like typically going to be ideal. I go a little bit more aggressive for a number of reasons, one of which is it creates a little bit more of a buffer zone between my body and traffic. People have to really egregiously try to swerve in and hit me the way that my vehicle's set up here. It also gives me a little bit more cover and concealment from the driver if I were to have to engage that driver. Excuse me. So when I step out of my vehicle, right, I'm going to step out onto my driver's side. If I needed to, and I saw that dude monkeying around, I could draw my weapon, and I can be aimed down at him, and I've got about 70% of my body covered up, and if I needed to, I could duck down behind the vehicle and be pretty shielded from
This is police training.
a little bit. You might be able to wing me.
Oh yeah, I need to open up chat.
But I've
Hold
got
on, let me
some
do that.
cover.
I have no idea what any of you is gonna say for me.
Can he open his car so we can see how it looked like from his angle?
And I can do a little bit of fancy footwork around my vehicle if I needed to. Okay. Utilizing your door as cover, not always the best thing. It's flimsy. It can get closed on you. They're not meant to stop bullets, unlike in the movies and TV shows. If you were to shoot through a police door,
Sorry, I started the stream late, by the way.
9 times out of 10, probably going to go through, depending on the caliber. Like if you shot it with 22, maybe not. But it's just like aluminum. There's not a whole lot of beef to those doors, unless you work.
Isn't like the most bullet-resistant part of a car, like behind the wheels, or like the engine block? Yeah.
Yeah, wheel wells and the engine block. So when I'm sitting right here, I've got the whole of the engine plus my wheel well right here that I can use. But yeah, the wheel wells are the best places to be sitting behind for your cover, because it also is the only part of the vehicle that extends all the way to the ground, so they can't like sneaky shoot you in the foot.
Yeah.
So can he unlock his door, and could we see like from his view from inside the car how it look to us?
Yeah.
And the other way around. You unlock your door so you can look. You know.
Also, one more thing. Shouldn't we like have our vehicle at an angle so if someone does rear end our vehicle, it would go out away from us instead of into us?
That's kind of what.
Part of it, yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
Oh, I didn't notice that. My bad.
It's kind of a blocky car, so it's hard to tell. But you're wanting to match your headlight, your right one, to their left tail light.
Yeah. Okay. We all just getting in and taking a look.
Let's see.
Yeah, if you want to, you can.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So, when I first initiate a traffic stop, all right, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull them over for a reason. All right, I need to have a good enough reason to pull them over. Just because the car looks sussy as fuck is not a good enough reason. All right, I need to have a valid reason for the traffic stop.
I mean,
all right, so
if I see smoke coming out of the car, like green smoke, that's probable cause. I mean, if it's green smoke, you're smoking pot.
But the person running the DOJ is going to be like really on top of some shit. So we want to make sure that whatever we're doing is within our legal bounds.
Oh, what's up, Journey?
Now, if you pull a vehicle over, you don't have a good enough reason, and you try to write them a ticket, you're going to get your ass laughed off in court. And a supervisor is probably going to come talk to you about that because we're not going to be happy that you made us look like fools. All right. So make sure you have valid reasons. Stop sign.
By the way,
blowing
I'm
a
not
stop
ever
sign,
gonna be
blowing
fully
a red light,
serious in
speeding through
GTA
the city,
All right,
improper turns,
I'm gonna
improper
be
lane
very silly.
changes, driving on the wrong side of the road. Something. If you want to get out and talk to somebody, try to find a valid reason, but don't just like nitpick shit. All right. If they
Are we
like,
stop and go on red lights?
I believe it is stop sign red lights. Yeah. That's at least what I've been told. So that's what I've been telling people. We don't know what the speed limit is in the city yet. I haven't seen anything about that. My assumption is that like most cities, it's 55 in the city, but we will confirm with you guys and let y'all know. Um, Now, technically, if I clocked you with my radar at 56 miles an hour, do I have probable cause to pull you over?
Technically, yes.
What was the question?
Yeah.
If I clocked your vehicle at 56 miles per hour and the in-city speed limit is 55, can I technically pull you over? Do I have probable cause to pull you over?
Yes,
You
but
said
you're
the
gonna be
in-city's
hated.
55, and you said they're going 56?
Yeah.
I looked at the MDT real quick. It says it's third-degree speeding, so yeah.
Okay.
Because it says 1 to 36 over in city.
So technically, yes, you can absolutely pull somebody over for going 1 mile an hour over the posted speed limit. And here's the question: should you pull someone for going 1 mile an hour over the posted speed limit?
No, because then they're gonna
Fuck,
hate you.
No.
Fuck no, they're gonna laugh in your
Yes.
face. All right. So there's this concept in law enforcement called color and letter of the law. Does anyone know what the color of the law is? Actually, let's start with the
Blue.
letter. Does anyone know what the letter of the law means?
Blue.
No.
No, I didn't
No.
talk. So.
Anyone want to take a stab at it?
L.
Letter of the law is what's written.
Ding, ding, ding. Yep. Letter of the law is what is
Figured as
pen
much.
to paper, what is on the law. So the law is 55 miles an hour. Anything in excess of 55 miles an hour by law is a violation of that law. Walking into the street without being inside of
Yeah, I
a
figured
properly
that was
designated
it.
crosswalk is technically by law jaywalking. Showing someone your private parts, regardless of what
Whoa.
you're doing in public, is considered indecent exposure. Pissing in public is public urination and also indecent exposure. So, like, there's a letter of the law. Now, what do you think the color of the law is? Yep, officer discretion. So the color of the law is how you as a law enforcement officer interpret the law and perceive it and enforce it.
Yeah.
Now, there is a little bit of
I was
like
the only thing I
hard
was a
stop
little
with
unclear
that
of was like
as
the
far as
color.
like some of your violent crimes go. If I stab someone with a knife, do I really have a lot of latitude with discretion when it comes to assault charges?
No.
Not really, no.
Yeah, no, I don't. If you stab someone in front of me, you're gonna go to jail. You're at least gonna get detained, and I'm gonna figure out why did you stab that motherfucker. And if you claim self-defense,
Sorry for the
I'm gonna
language
call you
in
an
advance,
idiot,
guys.
because if the guy didn't do anything to you at that
I
moment, it
can't
be
control them,
self-defense.
so.
Now, if I am driving through the city and I see a vehicle going 60 miles an hour, am I gonna pull them over?
Are they going
Yeah.
into the city or out of the city?
They're currently driving, like, say they're driving down Vespucci Boulevard right in front of Legion Square. Am I gonna pull them over for going 60 miles an hour in the city?
I would, yeah.
Fuck yeah, you say
I mean-
yes to that answer.
Yeah.
I mean, that's 5 over. That's my threshold.
It's 5 over, so
Yeah,
wouldn't you
5
just
over.
let it be.
You're speeding. I don't
This is
agree
where-
with speeding, sir.
This is where
This
color
is
of
the
law
kind
comes
of
into
guy
play
that
with law
would pull you
enforcement. So
over
me,
for going
if you're not going
0.05
10 over,
miles
if
an
you're
hour
going
over the
10
limit.
or more over, I will worry about you. If you're going less than 10, I don't give a fuck about what you're doing, right? So if you're cruising through at 64 miles an hour, I'm going to leave you the fuck alone because you're not worth my time. That's just my personal opinion, right? Now, if I start to see other egregious violations, I'll use that speed as my PC to stop you, but I'm not really going to worry about you because a 9 mile an hour speeding ticket really doesn't get
This
me
is a
going.
brand new server, by the way. This is called Seasons
Now,
RP.
if we think that you if we
It's
suspect
opening
that
up
you've committed a
tomorrow to
crime,
the public.
we need
Today
a
they're
good reason
training
to pull
officers.
you over and just get on the side of the road
Tomorrow
and
it's
talk to you and
open
figure out if you are who
officially,
you
so-
think you are. Yeah, I'll use that
That's why this
9 miles
character's
an hour
not
of the speed
complete.
limit to get
This
you
is
to pull
just
over.
temporary.
Are they gonna pull over? Maybe, maybe not. They may just run because criminals are dumb.
What the fuck
Right.
is that?
I like that,
Question,
man.
though, what if they're going
What the fuck is your uniform,
9 over,
sir?
right? And they blow through a red light.
What is your uniform, sir?
You
and
now have
then-
2 forms of PC for pulling them over.
So like when we ride in the MDT though,
I can
like,
tell this is gonna be a
put
great
both down,
experience.
we
I'm gonna
like,
try and
we
do
charge
this
them
as
for
much as
both,
possible,
You can.
but I'm moving out
technically.
or do we
July
just
9th
could just be
around
like,
that,
yeah, I just feel like charging
and
them
working at a big
for going
company.
red light.
So
That
Or
is
in the
your
report.
discretion. That is where officer discretion comes in. Now, if you do not charge them, so if I pulled you over for speeding, right? Say you're going 67, so you're going 12 miles an hour with the speed limit. All right, I pull you over for speeding. I see on your record that you don't have anything else on your record, but you also don't have a driver's license, right? I may not cite you for speeding because I may give you a warning for the speeding, but I will cite you for driving without a license. Now, why would I do that? One, that speed is just me trying to get you over on the side of the road to talk to you to figure out if there are any other additional violations that I can hit you with that are better for me, or
I'm gonna
better
make
in
my
my
own
opinion
live
to hit
stream
you with.
because why not?
But also, I'm looking at your record and saying, all right, I'm going to use my discretion here because we've had no contacts with you and give you a verbal warning. So
Need to-
when you pull someone over, you don't have to
Stuff
give
on
them
my desk
a
real
ticket
fast.
for anything. You can give them warnings
That's
all
fair.
day long if you want to. If you want to be Mr. Warning Cop that just
Oh yeah,
gives you the warnings,
well, tell me how the
that's fine.
audio is because I
we're not
can't
going to get
check.
mad at you for doing that. But you know, if you
I
pull
can't
someone
check
over
my
that's
audio.
going
You guys gotta do that for me.
100 in the city and you give their ass a warning, you and I are going to have a conversation because I'm going to figure out why the fuck you're not doing your job
No,
by
that,
giving someone a ticket for that, because that's stupid.
Yeah,
If they're
that's
going-
like
if they're
felony
going 50
spades,
over,
right?
Wouldn't that be a felony stop though?
Not necessarily.
Hmm.
So, and we can talk about felony stops when we get to that point, but
I know how
Um,
felony stops work.
not necessarily unless
that-
you felt as though you needed to.
I think
But
I can't
we'll
really
touch
point
on
at
felony
it.
stops here in just a
But I
second.
think that
So,
thing on the top, the black box
when you're in
thing
a traffic
on the top,
stop,
that's like a
right?
plate
Once you've
reader.
initiated the
So
traffic
I
stop,
think
you
it'll
pulled over.
automatically read plates.
You're gonna
Which is cool.
set up like this, as close to this as you can. Do you want to go right here between the vehicles at any point
No,
in time?
no,
No.
not at
No,
all.
Good
No,
answer.
not unless you want to
Why?
be a
What's
human
why?
car sandwich.
Because they could reverse
Smash
it,
you.
and pin you between your car and theirs.
That's why you
Good
go
answer.
around the back of the car, and then go up
Yep.
past the passenger side.
So,
Okay.
as the primary officer, you have two ways of approaching this vehicle. You have what's called a driver side approach, which is pretty standard, and a passenger side approach. If you are going to passenger side
Pretty
approach the
standard stuff.
vehicle, which is
Kind of hard to hear. Is it hard
pretty
to hear
much
them or hard to
self-explanatory,
hear
you're
me?
going to approach on the passenger side, and as far as whether when you do or when you don't is your discretion.
Because I can turn
if
up
there's
my
pretty
mic
heavy
volume
traffic,
and
I
then
may
the
get
media
out and do
volume,
a,
but like,
passenger
that's all I
side
can
approach
really
just to
do.
keep me out of the road for longer, right?
I mean, I can.
You're going to get out on your side. You're going to
Yeah,
walk
that's-
around the back of your
Offset.
patrol car
Yeah, that's max.
and over to their side of the passenger side. Right? You're never going to cross that threshold between vehicles. That is a kill box. If your car gets tapped, it's going to fly into you. If they decide they want to be a dick and back into you, they will probably at least knock you down, if not kill you.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah,
it's
every
not
time-
gonna be
Simulate
fun.
something.
You
Go
don't
around
wanna
the
get-
vehicle.
You don't want to be a
Yeah,
human
if you're
car
going to be going
sandwich.
passenger side approach, always go around the vehicle. If you're doing driver side, you can literally just get out.
Is it me that you're having a hard time
Well,
hearing,
that's
or them?
simulate
Because I
something.
can fix that easy.
Right.
You gotta.
Here, let me. Is that better? Turn myself up a little bit too.
No.
There.
I was gonna see if you can spot the wrong and the right, but
I see.
he kinda just told you not what to do. It's
Apologies.
fine. You're fine. You're the leader. I'm just a listener.
Are we gonna have badges that we can?
Yeah, he's really hard to hear. I can't hear him at all.
I don't like physical badges that you can flex and show. I don't believe so. Not that I've been
But that
told,
would
at
be
least.
awesome. Like, imagine
It would be,
breaking
yeah.
down someone's door and being like, "Hey, this is the police," and then you pull out your badge.
Well,
Man, just
no,
like in those
it's
TV shows.
police
You are not
impersonations.
pulling that. You're
Yeah,
not
until
pulling out.
somebody robs your badge off of you.
Oh
Back
yeah,
when the
that's
last
true.
city
Yep.
I worked in, you had to have one. You had to identify
So, let's actually talk about that for a quick second. When you are on scene at any point, any scene, honestly, whether it's a traffic stop, it's just a contact with a civilian, it's an assault,
I don't know
it's
why the
whatever.
lights are flashing.
You as a law enforcement officer, you are under no legal
Yeah, so
obligation
them,
to
I
ever
can-
identify yourself. That's a
Here, let me turn them up. Wait, we're under no
hat
obligation
that says
to...
you have to tell me who you are. No, the fuck I do not. I never have to identify myself to
Huh.
you ever. You can see that I'm a police officer by what I wear. It says police. It identifies me as a Los Santos police officer. I'll probably have my chevrons on, so it'll identify me as a police sergeant.
Holding up my hand.
But I am under no legal obligation to ever identify myself to a public member of the public. They, however, are required by law to identify themselves to me for legal reasons. Go ahead. What's up?
So if they ask for our badge number, we have to give that to them, right?
By law, no. By department policy, you should be giving it to them, yes.
Okay.
And you only have to give it to them once. So if they miss it, tough shit, in my opinion. I will tell you, if
All right, good.
civilian walks up and says, "What's your name and badge number?" "My name is Sergeant Castle, badge number 300. "What was that? I didn't hear it. "Sorry, I gave you a name and badge number. How can I help you?" And if they want to be snippy about it, they can be snippy about it. I can be a dick all day long if I want to. I am only obligated to give it to them once
This
by
is fun.
policy.
I'm already enjoying this, and this is just training.
So
We're just standing in a circle right now.
if you get someone at
Actually,
at the door of their vehicle that refuses to provide your license, who knows what ask, tell, make is?
I do. It's like first you ask them. If they don't listen, then you tell them, and if they still don't listen, then you make them. Whether that's by detaining them and forcing them by hand, or yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you this question. On a traffic stop, is that driver actively being detained or in active custody for police
Well, I
custody?
have a question. When is it okay to detain someone?
Well,
That's a
okay.
good question.
So to detain someone, you need probable cause, right?
And what is
So
probable
if
cause?
someone gives you like a reason to detain them or stuff like that, then you can do that. And during a traffic stop, it kind of depends. Like it depends on the reason why you're stopping them. But for the most
Okay.
part, yeah, they are kind of detained.
So let's go through a little simulation, alright? Say I pull over
Yeah, I know a little bit.
Officer Castle next to me, alright? I'm pulling him over for I don't know, throwing his
Random.
cigarette on the ground. Alright? What is that classed as?
Oh, that's
Littering.
loitering, right?
Correct. Alright. Do I have force? Well, do I have my reasons to detain Officer Castle?
You saw him
I'm
litter.
a little unclear.
it's a
on that
crime,
one,
yeah.
but I'm pretty sure you do.
Correct. Okay. What is
So-
probable cause?
Probable cause is if someone gives you reasonable suspicion. So, like, if you see someone holding a gun and you're not sure if that gun is licensed or if they're even supposed to be having that gun in general, then you can go and search them and detain them because they gave you a reason to search them and detain them.
Perfect. Someone read the manual. Congratulations. I like that.
Like you.
So to get a little bit into the weeds with that, so PC, probable cause, that is the highest
might
form
make
that we
him a
have to
distant,
produce to arrest
cousin
somebody.
of Billy Johannes.
We are required to
But
produce
I have another
probable
character
cause
that
to arrest
is
somebody.
Billy Johannes' great,
And that
great,
is a
great
set
grandfather,
of
like, alive
facts.
before
So
the dinosaurs even
PC,
had,
probable cause is factually based, right?
super
That
old,
you can
so-
get to PC through ARS, which is articulable reasonable
Yo,
suspicion,
another 200.
or
let's go.
RAS, reasonable articulable suspicion, however
Yeah,
you want
this
to
is
phrase
Ricky
it. Right?
Monroe.
I prefer ARS. ARS, articulable reasonable suspicion, is not necessarily factually based. It can be an educated hunch, right? So
Reasonably based.
if I hear someone yelling "help" and I turn the corner and I see you running away from the area in which there was help, or someone said "help," he shoved
Also, I
me.
did not read the manual.
right?
This is
If
all
I
just
see
my,
you as a
my,
male
current
running
knowledge,
away,
so.
I have reasonable
not read it.
suspicion to believe that you're the individual that is the aggressor in that, right? Why is that? Because I heard someone say "help," he pushed me, so they have identified the gender of the individual as a male, and you are fleeing the scene of that crime. So I have
Man, that's fun.
reason to believe that you are the one that assaulted that person, so I can reasonably detain you. All right.
This is not
Now, with
the
detention
complete character.
in a
Again,
traffic stop,
this is
you are
not
legally detained because you are not free to go.
character.
Right? You're not necessarily under arrest, but I do have probable cause to detain you. So your probable cause allows you to detain and subsequently arrest after detention, because arrest is just a form of detention, right? it is a higher level of detention than just standard detention. So if you get to the window and someone says, "Am I free to go?" the answer is, "No, you're not. You're currently being detained."
Man.
Right? And you can explain to them
This
that
is
they're
also
being
my first
detained, they're not
5 on
under
server,
arrest.
by the way, chat.
Right?
So
Now, if they have done something like that would warrant them going to jail, like say they've got like a reckless
is a
driving
pretty
ticket or a
cool
reckless driving charge
remodeled,
coming their way, or something like that, right? Like a
police
hit and
department,
run, whatever.
It's really
If
cool.
I pull them
this.
over, I might walk up to them and say, "You are currently under
This is
arrest
modded.
for XYZ. You are not free to go. Do you understand?" And you can be under arrest in your vehicle. I don't necessarily have to have handcuffs on you, right? But when you get to the window, you're going to do a couple of things. All right, you're going to identify who you are and who you're with. You're going to identify the reason for the stop, and then you're going to ask them for the driver's license. So it would sound something like, "Hello, my name is Sergeant Castle with the Los Santos Police Department. The reason for the stop today is you were going 70 miles an hour and it posted 55, so you're 15 miles an hour of the posted speed limit. Can I please see your license?"
I really
So I've
like
just
that
asked them
character right
for their
there.
license.
Like,
And ask,
that
tell,
is a
make,
weird
looking
looking
face. He's funny.
not necessarily. No,
I can
I have
tell he's gonna
asked
be
you
funny.
for it. I have not demanded you give it to me.
I
I'm
didn't
asking.
do any customization.
So we're in the ask,
since
tell,
they're gonna
make.
wipe the server tomorrow.
You are required when you are legally
And
detained.
then
You are
it's
required
over, so.
to identify yourself with police officers through a government issued ID. Okay. Now, if they want to be a dick and not give you the ID and just give you their name, that's your discretion as to whether or not you want to press the issue
Tell
of
the
getting an
rest is
actual
to
ID.
laugh.
Right. If it's a traffic stop, you will produce an ID for me.
I mean,
I'm
I
not
thought
going
I
to just
did
go
that
by your
already,
name
but I
unless you
guess
don't have your ID with you.
I can
Right?
go back.
But if if you say I don't have my driver's license with me, and I'll
Depends on
touch on
what
this
you,
later, but we'll go
want, I
through
guess.
a different set of steps to identify who you are. So I'm going to ask you at the window for your identification. 9 times out of 10, they will produce a license for you. They'll display it in your eyes, and then you
I think.
you can take down their name,
You know
stuff
what,
like that.
Do remember I had like an issue streaming.
You
I
do not at that point
completed
have to say anything
most-
else. Just say, "All right,
I actually
hang tight. I'll be
completed,
right
like,
back
a
with you.
whole
Let me go check out
game,
your record," and then you
and then I
return your patrol
realized
vehicle.
it wasn't streaming half of it
run their
because
information.
My internet shut off.
Now, if you want to,
And
you can
instead
have a
of going
small
back, I
little
just went to
dialogue
the
with
next
them
game,
and just
started
be like,
streaming
"Hey,
again, and then the
you
same
know,
thing
where are
happened.
you off to in such a hurry?"
That was
The
during
one
a
question
storm.
you should
I'm
never
gonna
ask
stream
them
during a storm
is,
again.
"Do you know how fast you were going?" Now, one reason is you've already told them how fast they're going, right? You don't really need to ask them, "Do you know how fast you're going?" because you've just informed them that they were going a certain speed. But the other reason for that is it encroaches on a violation of their Fifth Amendment, because by asking, "Do you know how fast you're going?"
Oh, my
you're
character
asking them to self-incriminate by identifying the speed at which they were going, right? Does that make sense to everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm trying to give my character like an
Alright.
accent.
So
slightly
we'll
different
say the
voice
person's
than
giving me their
mine.
information. I walk back to my
So
cruiser. I
feel
run their
more
information.
immersed. Is that
There's nothing on their record. I'm probably going to give them a warning. I'll walk back to their window and say,
Camaros,
"All right,
dude.
here's what's going to
Camaros are so
happen.
ugly,
I'm going
but
to issue you a warning for today for
That's
the
bad.
speed. It's going to go
Literally
show
the
up on your
Tahoes, but no, that
profile
one's
in
a
our
Suburban, I
MDT.
think.
So the next time that you get pulled over, the next cop may
Try
not
and
be as
fix it
nice
better.
because they may see your warning and give you a
I think
ticket.
that one over
Please
there
keep
is
the
a
speed
Suburban,
down.
this one's a Tahoe.
And then you can release them however you'd like to. Right? If you're going to issue them a citation, you're going to create the citation while sitting in your patrol vehicle, opening up your MDT, going to incidents, starting an incident, putting their name down, and the charge in which you're going to hit them with. At
Yeah,
that
the stream
point,
wasn't working when I was
you're going to want to
recording
take a
that.
couple of field
I will go
notes.
back, I
One of
guess.
which is the speed at which you clocked them at. The other is
I'll go
what
back through it.
street did they stop at and what postal, right? You may also want to include the direction in which you were facing. So, like northwest Alta Street, northwest facing Alta Street, or south facing, south facing Alta Street, whatever it is.
That's southeast. That's south. Okay.
And then if it's different from where you stopped,
That guy had a police
where did you
bike.
initially initiate the traffic stop at? So where did you catch them doing their egregious their
I'm not gonna
aggression,
be a bike cop.
violation of the law?
That's
Jesus,
stupid. No.
sorry, my throat is a little sore because I'm still getting over being sick.
Oh, that's all
um,
good, Mike.
So
That's all good,
you're going to take a couple of field notes. You're not going to write your whole report. After
I have
you've
water
saved
for
that
that
report, you're going to walk to their window. You're going to issue them their citation. Let them know how many points are going to show up on their license due to that
I like how
ticket.
they're synced up.
And then you let them go and continue about your
They're
day,
like perfectly in sync.
I would probably, after you release that person, get back in your vehicle and start writing out your report. and then clear yourself off the call after you've written the report, so that way it stays fresh in your mind. But that's your discretion as an officer. Just make sure that you get those reports done in a timely manner, so that you can continue with your day and not get yelled at by a supervisor or an FTO or a command staff member about why your reports are not done. Right? You don't want to clock out with like 4 reports that you have to write. Okay.
So,
That's the
so
one thing
you write
I'm
an incident and then the MDT and then report.
paperwork.
No, so your summary for what's going on is going to be in the incident. So if you look at,
I'm looking at the template incidents.
yep,
It's 15.
yeah. So you'll do the date. This is like an arrest report for like if you were to. I'm gonna have a couple of other templates here for like traffic
That one's
citations and
all
stuff
right.
like that, for you guys to be able to copy
Okay.
if you want.
I don't know.
But
I'm
this
not
is
that
like
good
a
with
regular
cars.
arrest narrative. So if I were to place someone into custody and arrest them and send them to jail,
I
this is
think
what I would use.
I was like
Right, an
completing
arrest. I'll
Ruin
have one up probably
when
tomorrow
the stream
or
stopped
later tonight
working
for an
halfway
arrest report.
through,
Or sorry, not arrest report, a
and I
citation,
completed
traffic
it,
citation.
and then went on to
And it'll basically walk you through the field
into
notes
the
that you're going
pit.
to need.
But that also stopped working. I don't understand why. My
When
streams
you
are
get
stupid
when you initiate the
sometimes.
traffic stop, you need to relay a little bit of information over the radio. What type of information might you need to relay?
Vehicle color, make and
Okay.
model. Wouldn't you also put the location,
Hmm.
occupants of the car?
Wouldn't you put your name and badge number too when you're like relaying and stuff?
Okay. Anything
And
else?
at the end, if you need any additionals.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. So for this traffic stop,
So what you do?
what's the
like,
first,
for
aside
example,
from your
my
badge number and your
number.
name to identify who you are, what's the first thing that you need to get out of onto the radio?
Location?
Your
Correct,
badge.
location.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say. badge
Why
number.
is your location the most important thing other than your identifier?
Because if you're in the middle of a sentence, at least you get your location out in case they shots fired and you go down. Cops know where you at. Everybody else knows where you at.
Perfect. So if I were to do a traffic stop
Yeah,
here
so,
on
for
this
example,
vehicle and I was sitting in my
I would be
vehicle,
like
I would say
591.
300 dispatch, show me traffic stop, north facing Alta,
Okay, what he's
black and
saying
white colored
basically.
4-door sedan,
Except it would be
occupied by
591.
one, work me an additional. There's nothing wrong with asking for an additional on a traffic stop, and if I see you on a traffic stop or if I hear you call it a traffic stop, and I'm nearby, I'll probably just respond to it anyway, even if you didn't ask for additionals. Do not get offended if a supervisor or another officer attaches themselves to your traffic stop. We're there to back you up. We're not there to do your job. We're not trying to like undermine your authority on
We're
the
just
traffic
there to
stop.
make sure we don't get shot.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm there as a strength in numbers type of person, right? So if you've got one
I don't know
person
how the
in the
inventory
vehicle and they're
works.
thinking about
I'm
getting a
scared
little
to push
squirrely,
buttons 'cause
and they
I
see
don't
a second
wanna
officer
accidentally
pull
punch
up,
this guy.
your chances of having something fucky go down have just decreased, because there's a less likelihood that they're going to try something stupid
By 50%.
if backup arrives. So don't get upset if you see people start responding to your
At
traffic
least I'm
stops.
assuming it's
I would
50%.
prefer you guys do that. If I'm on a traffic stop
I'm
and you
autistic, I
drive
need
by
a
me and
freaking
you don't
fidget
stop,
spinner
I might get
to
offended.
stay
Right?
concentrated.
Just because I'm a sergeant and I'm a field training officer doesn't mean I don't need
Fidget
backup.
spinner.
I can hold my own for a while, but I'm okay with having a little bit of extra help. I'm never going to turn down help. Shit. Traffic stops are the most dangerous interactions you're ever going to have as a law enforcement
Well,
officer.
other than like domestic violence calls. I hear
DVs
that's
are
the
fucking
worst.
ugly, dude. I hate DVs.
So, question.
Yo.
If somebody is additional, they're coming,
Yeah.
let's say, from
I
the
would
south,
never
north,
wanna
they'll
go on a
park up
domestic
behind you,
violence
right?
call, dude.
Correct.
'Cause that's
What if
just-
they're on the opposite end, on the other
That
side of the
is
street?
super dangerous
Or
because it's
you
like
want us to like full on U-turn or?
Porsche.
Yep.
That's a Porsche.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, so you're gonna
Everyone wants
U-turn.
to have
Yeah,
police
you'll U-turn and park
Porsches.
right behind the primary vehicle and stop. And you don't necessarily have to get out of your vehicle either. You can just sit in your vehicle as presence.
Personally, I would
Cool.
step out just in case the suspect pulls out a gun and I need to pull out my gun quick. You know, just to
Yep.
give you guys the fastest reaction time possible to keep y'all safe.
All right. Any questions about traffic stops?
No, I know pretty much all of this. I don't even need to attend. I know everything.
Cool.
Well, I do need
You're also
to
going to want to
attend,
call, if
but-
you can, at least the last
Like,
4 of
so
that
they can
plate
confirm everything.
before you
Did he
step
just
out
pop
as
his
well.
tire?
If you can, and if you want to, run that plate before you even get out of the vehicle, just so you can try to figure out who
Okay,
you
so I
may
guess
be
that's
coming
not
in
what that was
contact
on
with. All right. One of the questions that you can ask when you get to the window is this vehicle registered to you? So after they, give you their ID and you go, all right, Mr. Smith, is this vehicle registered to you? You should probably already know the answer to that question, right? Before you even step up there. If you don't feel comfortable checking while you're in your vehicle, you can ask someone to run the plate for you over the radio, and they'll let you know, like, oh, it's registered to a John Smith. Date of birth is 1/1/21. Whatever it is, right?
1/1/21.
When we make a
Oh wait, I
traffic
thought
stop,
that was
right?
year.
We're gonna give out the plate. How will we relay
11/21.
all that
What?
information
He's
that we're
like
gonna get
ancient.
over the radio
He's thousands
in like
of years
a quick
old.
manner?
You don't call out all the information you find on this.
No, I'm saying like
No, if he was born
you
in
make the traffic stop, you're sending your
21,
location
like
and everything. And
You'll
then
get used
you
to
want to
it.
get the
He'd be
and then the
4
last
years
4
old.
of the plate.
So for me, if I were on this traffic stop, you'd hear 300 dispatch, show me traffic stop. Going to be northwest facing Alta, occupy or hold on. I'm not actually north facing, am I? No, I'm
Yeah,
not.
for
I
real.
am
Police force. What?
north facing.
They got all sorts
So
of police
you might hear me say
cars.
300 dispatch, show me traffic stop, north facing Alta,
Obviously,
572
the,
Alta,
Crown Vic, that right
north
there
facing
is
572
the,
Alta
trainer.
with a black and white 4-door
Personally,
sedan
I
occupied
would
by
want a
1.
Ford Explorer.
Last 4 is
I don't
Golf
like
India
Fords
Yankee 3.
in general, but the
Show me
Ford
stepping out.
Explorer is a trusty old.
So you'll get
police
used to
car.
it, and you'll be able to regurgitate
Sure,
that
basic.
time and time again, especially as you do more and more traffic stops. If it takes you a second, it takes you a second, right? The last thing we want to hear is you go, dispatch, this is 300, show me in a traffic stop, north facing Alta at 572. I'm going to have a black and white vehicle, 4-door with 1 occupant. Last 4
map. That's
are
something I need to get
a
down, is looking at that map, I'm getting
GIY3.
used to, like,
So there's a lot of uhs and
location.
ums and not a lot of expediency in your conversation. If you have to say or stop talking. And collect your thoughts and start back up. Or you can say break.
For real,
So if I
Sean
need to
Smith,
do
you're
that, I might say 300 dispatch, show me in a traffic stop, north facing Alta,
Bro
break.
was born like
It's going to be a
1,000 years ago.
4-door white and black sedan occupied by 1. Break. It's going to be Golf India Yankee 3, last 4 plate. Can I get a plate run? Stepping out. And then I'll step out of my vehicle. I'll wait for you guys to give me that information. And then if
Now, this is
you
the boring
come
part.
back
I
and say,
think
yeah,
we're gonna
that
do
dude's got a
ride-alongs
felony
too,
warrant for his arrest,
But
I'm going to get that dude's license. I'm going to confirm that that's who we're looking for. I'll step back in my vehicle, and then I will call for additionals to start a code 5 stop.
that's a lady with the
All right,
paper
any
bag.
questions about that?
I thought that was a guy over there.
Nope.
Cool. All right, so whoever's vehicle it is again, can I get you to move it real quick? And I'll tell you where to move it.
I'm gonna get out the way so I don't
Can I get 2 extra?
get make him like over explain everything he is doing. Whoa. I'm gonna make him like
All right, whoever's got that black and white, if you just the standard black and white that we're using for that traffic stop, if you want to park it right over this grate.
yeah, I'm gonna make him over explain everything.
Okay, if you want to grab your vehicle and put it in the tertiary spot for a felony stop, that'd be great. Yeah, radio
So
1.
they're simulating felony stops. I know how to do this. You would
Perfect,
open
right
your
there.
door halfway, or you'd open your door, use it as basically a thin piece, or like a very thin piece of body armor. So you don't,
Alrighty.
yeah.
So we're currently set up
It's
for
not
what is called a Code 5
good.
felony traffic stop. You may hear it as a felony stop or Code 5 stop. They are
You
synonymous.
can do a
with each other.
felony stop with one car,
All right, so
two
you
cars,
notice
three
we've
cars,
got
as many
3
cars as
vehicles
you
that are
need.
enveloping the car here.
the
We're going to have a
lead-
lot
the
of
primaries always
open lanes of fire from all of our vehicles. You're going to have anywhere from 3 to 6 officers on scene for this felony stop. Now, the person that's in charge of the stop is the primary officer that pulled that vehicle over. There should be no communication coming to the suspect from any other officer unless dictated by the primary officer. Okay? If you do a felony stop, you're going to wait for your vehicles to be set up in this configuration or something similar thereof before you even think about stepping out of the vehicle or giving any
Yeah, I need
commands.
to.
All right?
I need to start doing slash.
The way that I've run felony traffic stops, is
I'm
I don't
still
want their keys in
learning
the fucking vehicle because
all
I don't want
this
them taken
since
off.
I am
So I'm not even going to
very
step out of my
new to
vehicle
5M.
until I've given them a couple of commands. Right? So I will sit in my vehicle and over my PA system, I will say, driver, turn the vehicle off, throw the keys out the window. And I will wait for them to do that.
have
If
a
it
good
takes them a
key
couple seconds,
system,
I might reiterate, driver, take the keys out of the ignition, turn the vehicle off, throw the keys out the window. And once I see that they've thrown the keys out, I'm going to say, driver, put your hands out the window. They'll put their hands out the window. And then I will count out to my fellow officers for stepping out. 3, 2, 1, step out. We're all going to step out together. Yeah, just like that officer there.
If you hold,
saw it to throw keys.
If you hold X, you can put your hands up.
We're all then going to step out together. You want to somehow coordinate at least one person on less lethal, right? So preferably a taser, because that's got a little bit of range to it. You as the primary officer will always carry lethal out, and then your secondary officer will have a lethal out as well. Right? From there, you're going to give a couple of commands. You're only going to order the driver out of the vehicle. We will cover passengers and stuff like that here in a second, but your first priority is to get the driver out of the vehicle and in custody. All right? So you're going to be aimed at the vehicle the whole time. You're going to tell the driver, slowly step out of the vehicle facing away from me with your hands in the air. They will then step out of the vehicle, hopefully, with their hands in the air, facing away from you. You will then order them, driver, looking through your eyes, step back to the sound of my voice with your hands in the air. And as they step back, you're going to say, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. And then you'll say, like, step to your left, step to your right, whatever it is. Once they get to you, if you have an additional officer in that vehicle that pulled up to your left, have the secondary officer that is not the driver of that vehicle, so a passenger princess or passenger prince, have them cuff that suspect up. All right, you are worried about getting people in cuffs and in a car. All right, cuff them and car them. That's all you have to worry about. You're not going to search them at that time. You're just going to cuff them and car them. Once you have the driver in custody, you start worrying about everybody else in the vehicle. You work from front to back, from driver's side to passenger side. Right, so
passenger,
if there is a passenger in the vehicle, the driver's in the front cab of the vehicle, you're then going to order that passenger out. You're going to be very specific. Front passenger, step out of the vehicle with your hands in the air, facing away from law enforcement, facing away from the police, or facing away from me. They're going to step out of the vehicle with their hands in the air. You're then going to have them walk back towards the sound of your voice, have them scooch a little bit over to you, step back to you, cuff them, car them. If you've got someone in the driver's side, rear of the vehicle, passenger on the back driver's side, slowly with your hands in the air, step out of the vehicle facing away from me. They're going to step out of the vehicle, facing away from you. Same process. And then the quaternary person, whoever's in the back passenger side of the vehicle, you're going to get them out of the car. Same stuff. Once everyone is cuffed and carred, you're then going to move on that vehicle. All right, you're going to clear it. Now, who's the FTO that's next to me? You. All right, Hernandez. Cool. And who's this again?
Tricks.
Tricks. All right, Tricks. If you want to go non-lethal or less lethal.
You want me to sit for you, man?
We're gonna simulate what it looks like.
No, we're gonna show you guys how to clear the car.
Oh, my bad. Oh, my bad. Shit, my bad. My bad.
Lock your nose.
Hop out for just a second. We're gonna show you guys how to clear it.
Shoot if he's got a gun.
All right. So once we have, in this scenario, everyone's out of the vehicle. We're now gonna move on to the car. Now, when Hernandez and I move up, are we gonna move up and start doing this number where we get real friendly with each other and we start aiming? Keep Hernandez go.
Crossfire's a terrible thing. That's how you actually kill your friends.
Yeah. Why is this not good?
Because you can shoot.
Yeah. Yeah. Even if Hernandez slept with my girlfriend or whatever, I still don't want to shoot Hernandez, right? I want to keep him around. I want to slowly torture his ass, right? So I'm not going to try to shoot Hernandez. Hernandez better not try to shoot me. We're all one big happy family. But you will move up onto the vehicle from your positions. Same with the less
Ow.
lethal. All right. Now, as the middle person, I may, as we're moving up, I'm gonna say move into the vehicle. I may stop and
I'm
aim here
going
at the
to
trunk
start
while
editing again, making
Trix
real
and
videos.
Hernandez going through the cab of the car. Why might I be aiming at the trunk?
I might make
Just
an
when
edit
somebody
of this
comes out.
one, just like show funny
Yeah,
moments and
there's
stuff.
could be a fucker in the trunk for all I know. But they'll move up, they'll clear the cab, and then as I'm holding lethal on the trunk, Hernandez or Trix will come
we
up
have a
and
script
open the
that'll let us
trunk,
get in the trunk?
and we will clear that trunk too. So you don't want any surprises while
Yo,
you're
I can
inventorying the
carry
vehicle.
players.
Make sure you count down the trunk opening as well.
Yep, you don't want any surprises. So if there's someone in the trunk, that's when things get crazy. You start yelling at the person, yell at them to get out of the trunk, get out of the trunk, get out of the trunk. Wait till they're out of the trunk. You cuff them. Once you have cleared the car and the car is code 4, that is when you get people out of vehicles and start searching them and securing weapons platforms off of their persons. Not before. All right. You want to clear the primary threat, which is that car, because if they're in handcuffs, they are no longer a threat to you. All right. You want to mitigate the threat as fast as possible, which your threat is the unknown, which is the vehicle. You may have gotten everyone that you thought was in that car out, but again, there could be someone in the trunk. There could be someone hiding in the floorboards. You don't know.
But very deadly. You don't ever want to be
Assign
on the
one
wrong end of the
person
car.
per suspect if you have multiple suspects. Make sure you document who has seized what. Where did Hernandez go? And then go from there. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Anyone want to see that run real quick?
I've seen it plenty of times.
All right. So if you want to see it run, go ahead and hop in the driver's side. We'll run a little code on you.
Hey, he's got a gun. Shoot him.
All right. So we'll hop in our vehicle.
Wait, he's got a gun? He's got a gun!
Cage.
Hit F2.
It's a little sergeant vehicle. All right. Ready?
How funny would it have been if I just
Yeah.
pulled out my gun and started shooting everyone? I'm not gonna do that,
Driver,
because
take the ignition and throw
this
them out the
server
window.
hasn't even started. That would be like world record ban, dude. Server hasn't even been going at all yet, and I get banned negative day 1.
Driver, this is the Los Angeles Police Department. Take the keys out of the ignition and throw them out the window of the vehicle. Do it now.
So he would do /E and then throw his keys. Oh, it's moving.
Hit T and type
Dash
/B.
me doesn't work, but I'm throwing it out the window.
All right. Driver,
That's why you go. Throws out window. Ooh, this is
driver, slowly exit the vehicle with your hands in the air, facing away from me. Do it now. Put your hands in the air. You might have to hold that muscle. Driver, while looking through your eyes, slowly walk
Is
back
that
to the sound of
Michael?
my voice. Start stepping.
What is Michael DeSanta
Coming.
doing there?
Keep coming.
Oh, never mind.
Step to your left. Step, stop.
So he would
Keep your hands up, do
either.
not move. Don't forget.
Okay, so for that he would go into first person and back up. How'd you feel? Sitting in cuffs.
You're going down for a long, long time.
Alright, since there's no other passengers in the vehicle, you guys ready to move up?
Yeah.
Alright, moving in 3, 2, 1, moving. I got trunk.
Crossfire. Oh,
Checking passenger.
yeah, you want all your officers to be on
Ready,
the
Trump?
same side. Oh. Yeah, when he ran around, that was a big old no.
He's got a gun, get it!
He's got a gun!
Car's clear. Go for it.
Pew, 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 pew.
And then I'll come back here.
Stop
snag
resisting!
Mr. Criminal out the back of the seat. That's what you have the right to do.
And forward will be pointed to you by this.
I'm gonna say that from now on. I look up to you, man. I'm gonna say that to
Yeah, no, he's got
everyone I arrest now.
All right. Questions about how we did that, why we did anything that we did.
Nope.
Is that relatively straightforward?
Yes.
Cool. Anyone want to see it done again or see multiple persons taken out of the vehicle?
I'm fine.
All right. I kind of want to do some demos, some practical.
Yep. Go ahead.
If anyone wants to come on a ride, we'll do some practical. I kind of want to.
I'll go on a ride.
So my goal is I want to see you pull over. I want to see the reason why you're pulling over. All right, whether it's for speeding, reckless driving, you know, things like that. I want to see it. I want you to be a lead. All right, just think that I'm not here. All right, I just want to see how you guys are doing. If you guys can improve on anything, that's what I want.
Shouldn't have volunteered.
We've got EMS on their way over, so if you guys just want to stick around the block here, I also don't want to piss off the city council, so try to keep it around like a 1 to 2 block radius of the
Oh yeah, no, I'll keep it. I'll keep it
station.
around. I'll keep it around.
Alright, cool. Yeah, if you guys want to go do a couple of quick pullovers outside, and then I'll get EMS set up here, and then I'll call you guys back in once they're ready. You stealing my car?
Yes, I am.
It's the Cade, man. You can't resist.
I know. It's that sergeant vehicle.
Oh, I love that story so much. It's meant to be called, yeah.
You guys want to jump on radio 5? That's where I'm at.
Radio 5.
Y'all can go ahead and get in your whichever vehicles you were using too.
Alright.
Let's pull
Alright,
out.
who wants to go first?
I don't know how to
Grab
work
a
this.
vehicle.
I have no idea how to work it.
Is EMS gonna do medical or?
Yeah, that's gonna do a both basic medical training.
Can you guys jump on radio 5?
Channels.
Alright, so just follow me. We're gonna go outside.
You need a car?
I'm still trying to figure out the radio.
Okay, so when you open it up, right?
Good.
So you're gonna click channels,
Done.
and then you're gonna click the little plus or the arrow on channel 1 or channel 2, whatever channel you're joining.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't see any arrows. It's just completely blank.
Oh shit! You know it might be because you don't have the roll yet.
That could be it. That could be it.
Yeah, that's most likely it.
Oh well.
But you could still, I mean, you can still go do it. Just let them know, hey, I don't got a roll yet, but I can't use my radio.
Yeah.
If you want to steal that car right, that Vic right there, feel free now. Go get that training.
This one?
Yeah.
I mean, might as well. Ooh. I need to hotwire it. Yeah, I don't have a roll yet. Something got mixed up. So they didn't give me my roll. Question is, how do I work it? I can't get out! Well, that's not good. Alright. I'll tell them. I can't do anything. I can't get out. Wait, now I can. What? Wait, no. It's glitched. I can't get out. I am the only one that doesn't have my roll yet. Well, I guess I gotta go tell them, like, yo, I don't have my roll. I can't even get out. That's intel. Oh, God. Hey, you know what? Stuff happens. I think I'm going to the roof. No. Yep. Just jump down. I don't have... I can't get out! I'm stuck! Alright, hey, I tried to find you. I can't get out at all. I can't take the car out or anything.
Oh shit. Fuck,
Yeah.
you ain't- God damn. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't understand what's going
Man.
on. I had to jump off the second story too.
Yeah, that's just because if you don't spawn it, you gotta jump it. It's
Well,
all
yeah,
because you
I
don't got
did
the
that
roll.
part, but I can't open the garage. I can't
Yeah,
drive
you
it out.
ain't got that roll, and so it just automatically goes and locks you out. I'll ride
Oh, that's
around
fun.
and I'll open the doors for you.
Okay.
Yeah, hopefully, I mean, we should be able to get someone in.
Okay. By the way, one question. How do I work the lights? I know Alt does the
So click Q.
Alt does the sign.
Hold to your sirens. Q will control your lights.
Okay. Yeah, I can't open
Now these will go pretty quickly, just a little FYI. Click. Oh. I'm telling you to do shit. That's my job. Okay.
Hey!
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Can you? Oh. Okay. Go ahead and turn left here. I'll take you to where they're at. Keep going straight. Turn left at the next intersection, not this one.
I hope you don't care what it looks like. Oh, like this one? Right.
Yep. Yep. Gotta turn left down here. There should be. They're down here. Hopefully they are, but not. On the bitch. They're on the top. Okay. Go turn. Make a U-turn and go east. Okay. Now, oop. Turn back around and go. Yeah. There we go. Nope. Other way. Other way. We're going up them ramps. I'm trying here, man.
Yeah,
We want to go east.
Your instructions are a little unclear. Oh, I see. Okay.
You see the ramps? Ooh,
Yeah, I
yep,
thought
there
you
go.
said go back that way we just came. My bad.
I'm sorry. Well, I was trying. I didn't know how to word it. Honestly, it's there. Yeah, then make a U-turn here and go right up the ramp. There we go.
There we go.
Here we go. Make a U-turn this little thing right here. Yeah. And here you are, man.
Alright, just get closer. I'm gonna get it.
I'm gonna tell you up there this real quick.
I'm gonna turn on my lights. Forgot to do that. There we go. Tell you what, I'm confused. I don't have my dang roll yet. The whole situation is confusing. Here, I'm gonna go back over here. Just sit in my car, I guess. Since everyone else is. I'm not gonna park half on the sidewalk. They are parked perfectly, except for the guy in the very front. I'm just gonna sit here.
Hey man, they know you ain't got a radio or nothing. But what I would do, right, is just say the words near them. Okay, say what you'd say to dispatch.
Okay.
Just talk it out. Okay.
Okay.
Right on there. I'll put something in the chat to see who's gonna be on next. Be able to give you the job. Are you gonna be available for a little bit?
Today, yeah.
Right on.
Time today.
Yeah. Hold on real quick.
So I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. I'm just sitting here. Okay, X makes me lean forward in car. I want that. I want the bag. So I'm getting the fake radio messages. Alright, so if I press 1 while in a car to open my radio, I didn't know if I opened my radio in a car, it would turn on my sirens too. Okay. So, this whole thing is confusing me. The whole thing is a little confusing to me. Of course, I got the standard black and white one, the unmarked.
Whose vehicle am I driving past?
Ricky Monroe. This whole thing is confusing me. So I guess because I can't communicate with them, I'm gonna have to sit here. Right? I'm gonna just have to sit here and follow the leader, basically. I forgot my last name for a second.
Yo, do you have the PD job?
I do not know.
You don't. Okay, then you can't really be taught how to use the radar.
Yeah, I can't really do anything.
When a command members, actually, it'll probably be tomorrow when the server's open.
Yeah.
Everyone will get the jobs because it's getting wiped. So.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. It just makes training a little difficult.
Yeah, just get the information in your head as much as you can, and you'll be alright, you know.
Yeah. That's what I'm doing. I'm basically just following the crowd right now.
Yeah, just honestly, just information sponge. Just soak it all up, mate.
Yeah, sure.
You'll be alright.
Alright. Yeah. Hey, I'm a bad driver. I just looked at chat. I'm not a bad driver. Hey, man. Oh, hold on, chat. It's frozen. Okay, so forgot I had a little something I have to do. So that's fun. I'm gonna have to figure that out now. I forgot I had to go do something. I don't have my lights on. This is a good distance right here. Oh god, we're following traffic laws? Now go. What the? I don't know. Alright, we're good. So, right now, I'm just following along. Put that on. I couldn't have pulled in any better, so that's fine. But lights and sirens are on, so it's legal. Okay, it's fine. I'm gonna get out. I gotta wrap this up. I forgot I had something to do.
A place where there's no lane and you ran a red light. Can I get your ID license?
I pulled in on the lane turning. What do you mean? I crossed
Well,
lanes.
you crossed, so you went on the opposite lane. So there was a right lane right next to you, but you went to the left.
But like no, that's not true.
Sir, you can't. Sir, you gotta get back. Guys, you gotta get back in your vehicle.
No, I want to step out of the
You,
vehicle.
you have to get back.
On
We
that,
have a
man.
right to step out of.
Wait, we're back up, right? Yeah, we should.
Why are you roaring? Why are you
Guys, you have to get back in your vehicle. Stop stepping towards me.
Calm down. Calm down.
Stop.
Do as she says, man.
No. No, I'm not gonna shoot you, but you have to.
Get back.
If you guys cannot get back in your vehicle right now, I will arrest you for not obeying. No, for not obeying the lawful command. Get back in your vehicle so I can proceed with the traffic stop.
I'm the only one that stepped up to help. I'm going to be good back up here.
Hey, so is that a no on the meth?
Well. He just said something about meth. Just so you know. Thought it'd be good information for you to have. So y'all said you have meth in there? Hey, this is for my safety since you guys were acting hostile.
Today I'm gonna give you a verbal warning, okay?
I'm keeping my gun out there. They fleeing. Okay. And then I'd run back to my car. Get back in my car. And then we'd chase them. Except I don't have a radio. So even if I were to chase, I couldn't. Like, I couldn't do anything about that. I couldn't say anything. I'm just following along. So, where's Zoe? Okay, you need to wrap that shit up. What are we doing here? I'm so confused. I have no idea what we're doing. I don't have a radio. Yeah, I saw him back over there. I don't have a radio though, so yeah, I can't. I can't lead, like at all. But I am gonna pull up here. Since I do gotta go. Alright, something came up. I gotta go for a minute. But I will be back in a sec, alright, boys? So just don't do anything too crazy while I'm gone. I don't want to miss anything. So, I'll be back. I think I'll stay in, but I'm gonna have to. We'll just pause stream, or not pause stream, but I'll mute my mic. I'll just unplug my mic. It's better.
Go Radio 11, everyone.
Alright. Everyone join Radio 11. There is no Radio 11, there's only 10.
Type in.
Oh, that's crazy.
You'll have to hand jam the radio number in. Just go to Radio 11. Gotcha.
Going in.
Radio check.
Let my boy go. Let my boy go.
I'm out of here. Oh.
Whoa. Alright, let's talk this out.
Not my boy.
Alright, wait, no. Listen, let's talk this out. Let's talk this out. What would be required for me to get that officer back peacefully, unharmed? How much? Let's talk about this. How much? We have an officer hostage right now, Occupation Avenue 583. They're demanding for, how much was that? 25 billion and a chicken sandwich. Can I get that officer peacefully? I'm going.
Get your hands up.
That's what I want to know.
She had a taser out. She had a taser out.
Oh, she should have tased you as soon as she saw that gun coming.
So, I got a question. The right way. I wanted the right way. So, when I was chasing both of y'all, right?
Uh-huh.
And she said, shots fired. I know I'm supposed to pull out my
ditch us.
gun.
You
I was
ditch
supposed to-
us,
okay,
you go back.
Yeah,
okay.
you assist the
You chased
officer.
the driver. The driver didn't even get out.
I did. I got out.
Honestly,
I got out.
just say they're running and then just say they're running.
No, so they.
Usually, so we just stay with the driver then?
Yeah.
So you're the
Okay.
primary officer on scene. Your job is to deal with whoever's in this seat.
Okay.
Nobody else. Unless the driver gets out, you stay on scene.
Okay, there we
Okay,
go.
so
If they get out,
when he ring,
if they just get out and run, just
Alright,
just
then play the untucked.
Because technically, the only person that did anything wrong is the driver. So, like, the other people may just be running because they're scared of police.
How do I
Okay.
Or they have something to hide.
Oh, I
Yeah, or they have something to hide, or like maybe they have a warrant, but you're not gonna. They don't know you're not gonna check everyone in the vehicle. You're just checking the driver.
And that way you can also escort them.
We ran because we had
pull them
meth.
from the cars.
So-
All through that third eye.
I actually.
So I'll
have
just
meth
stay
in
with
my
it.
pockets.
So I'll just stay with the driver.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just honestly, just say there's like, oh, there's two passengers getting out. They're running into this street, or they're going in this direction, so officers can go and find them. Just give a
Okay.
quick description. So like, say me. So you just say one occupant getting out, tan pants, blue shirt, running over towards the police station.
Exactly. Real quick,
Okay.
what's your name, officer? Miss?
Maddie?
Maddie, are you the one with the fucking dog profile picture in Discord?
Yeah.
Yeah, my dog's better. Suck it.
Wow.
Yikes.
Oh.
Hey, also,
My dog's
is that
better.
everyone right there?
Huh?
So one guy's, oh yeah, yeah, he's right there.
I'm like
Okay. We got
freeze frame here.
EMS waiting in the garage right now.
Okay, we
Alright.
can, yeah, we can. We'll
Yeah, let's
talk.
let them
We'll talk. We'll talk about it. Sorry for taking the hostage, but my dog's better. I'll tell you.
Alright.
I gotta go for right now. I might be back. I'll be back. All right.